Hello everybody, and welcome to AngryKittens, where I get you and your replays to be casted for my entertainment, and hopefully to help you improve a little bit as well. Today I will be joined by Universal Gaming, and we're going to be going into a TVZ. So without further delay, I'm going to let him go ahead and introduce our first player.
Hey guys, what's up? Universal Gaming's here, and spawning up in the top left is our red Terran player, AngryKittens.
And his opponent on the opposite side of the map, we believe it's Rykuu, might be not sure.
Just not sure.
Not sure.
Tell.
That's all we have to say. That's his new name. Not sure. So what are your thoughts on the TVZ matchup, Universal?
From the Terran's point of view, I hate it. I hate it so much. I've never been that great at TVZ. Yeah, just never have been. Don't know much about it, as in the fact that every time I play it, I just get stomped early game, and then kind of just goes on from there.
That's a good point to make. Early game attacks are very popular in the matchup. I don't believe that they are at this level. My best guess is probably going to be seeing early hatch into later pool. Except we're not going to see that because of an engineering bay block. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be a little bit annoying for the Zerg player to have to deal with. Is going to send down a few drones to take care of that right now, but at this point it's still going to be blocked, and he's still going to probably not be able to take that natural expansion. So probably pool.
Straight for the gold.
Ooh.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Play.
I like that style. Sure, you can block my natural. I'll go take the gold base.
This is interesting to see if the Terran player even notices that.
I don't think he.
Yeah, I don't think he saw it.
I don't think he scouted it yet. Nope, he hasn't scouted it yet. So
he might realize it though, because he saw the drone go out. But whether or not he might have thought it was a scout or not. But once he realizes it's not actually a scout, you might think he went for either his third or that gold.
And definitely would be a good idea to go check up on that in a little bit. Just on this map, it's a little bit of something that you have to do is you need to keep an eye on those gold bases because it's so easy for a player to be able to expand there, like we just saw, and just get the economic advantage there. That being said, AngryKittens does have his command center coming up back home. He's going to be going into a barracks and refinery, all standard like. Actually, just double refinery, which is a little bit less standard, but
might be going for that mech play.
Possibly
early engineering bay. I don't know if actually that's early or not.
It's a little bit early. That's early from what I've been seeing in other games recently. My best guess off of this is that we're going to be seeing a +1 bio push with stim, because he is going to be going for both gases. He is going to have the little bit of a frame rate lag there. Sorry about that, folks. But definitely, he does have the gases up so that he can get the +1 as soon as possible. He's also going to have the gas to be able to go up under Marauder Tech as long as he keeps up with his barracks. I really probably could be pretty powerful here. Yeah. 10 Zerglings are on the way from our Zerg player at this point. No higher tech yet, no attempts to take third base. I wouldn't mind seeing that soon because, heck, you're Zerg player and you can do that. He's going to be dropping down his gas. It's a little bit late, but yeah, he's going for quite a few Zerglings here off of no gas. They are going to get up into the natural expansion and get a little bit of damage done. Might be able to force the lift off.
I don't... possibly. There's only 2 Marines out to handle this. I think he's going to have to.
Oh, but he's morphing into planetary, so he can't lift it off as soon as that finishes up. He needs to stop it now. Oh! It's going to finish up. Okay, so that's probably going to be able to defend against it. Planetary Fortress at the natural... Definitely not standard.
No, that's not, and it's interesting. It really is, but I definitely think it could hold off against that early Roachling push, that 1-1 that Zerg can do.
Well, it depends on what the Zerg player is going to be having behind it. We're seeing him drop down the third base. If he was wanting to do a 3-base Roachling push, he could probably be able to break the Planetary Fortress. It kind of also depends upon the repairing. If he has the mass repair coming behind it, it's going to be a lot more difficult in order to achieve that.
Most definitely. See him putting up both the reactors at the natural expansion.
Just go for a really gas-heavy build.
Yeah, he is. He's got that factory with the tech lab attached. Tanks, possibly? Most likely.
Yeah, probably tanks. That would be my best guess. We're also going to be seeing the starport laid down, which means that medevac production will be starting in a little bit here. I'm kind of curious to see where he's going to go for this, because he's lifting out his factory, so he's probably going bio into really quick medevacs. Personally, I don't agree with that, because the problem with having quick medevacs is that you don't have the Marines or the bio underneath it to really be having healed. Like, a couple of medevacs. Actually, we're not going to be seeing medevac production. It's going to be a tech lab, which is Banshees, probably.
I don't know if I agree with that one either. I've never liked the Banshee play.
Corporate reactor?
Requires too much movement on the map, but then again, I'm a unskilled player. Maybe they can do it better than I can.
So, we're going to see Corvid Reactor, which is the Raven Energy, I believe, and a Viking starting up from AngryKittens. So we're definitely probably going to be seeing a Sky Terran build, would be my best guess, or a mech build, with Ravens early. And a Viking's going to be on the map to get a little bit of map presence out, so that you can set maybe an Overlord, get that kind of stuff dealt with, and make sure that there isn't going to be like a crazy amount of air coming out from our Protoss or Zerg player right now. Speaking of our Zerg player, he's going to be going up onto his layer tech, does have his Bangling nest drop down as well, which means that we are going to be seeing him go for probably Bangling Muto. And I don't necessarily agree with that composition against a mech Terran.
But he also hasn't had very much scouting on this, so I don't think he actually understands that it's going to be a mech Terran.
Yeah, no, I don't think he doesn't really see anything besides the orbital. Could use to throw an Overlord in the main base or something, just to, check and see what his opponent's doing, because this you could do something here with a run by of Zerglings if you, well, he can kind of afford it at this point. AngryKittens is going to be on a ton of gas off of that 4 geyser mining, 2 base mining, which hopefully gets taken care of as he goes further into this build.
AngryKittens has got his 3rd command center up. I wonder if he's going to... Nope, he's just going to lift it up. Is he going straight for that gold?
Looks like he's going straight for that gold. Oh, no, he's going to stop.
No, he was just moving it.
Yeah, he was just moving it.
See, but I don't agree with him just lifting up and putting it over there. I think he needs to make it into a command center first. And then bring it over so it can gain energy as it moves. True,
I definitely agree with that. We're going to be seeing...
something.
Load-in of SCVs.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly why. That's a little bit curious. I would have much rather seen, like you said, the orbital coming up before he lifted off, so that he can start getting the energy on that. And you might as well just transfer those, unless he's really worried about getting scouted.
Oh, interesting. That Viking almost going down to those queens that were putting out the creep tumors.
Yeah, and actually, Creep Thread is doing pretty well from our Zerg player at this point.
Morphing in some Banelings.
So we're probably seeing a Bangling bust, yes, yeah. Bangling. And really, AngryKittens doesn't have a whole lot to defend against this. He does have a planetary fortress up. He does have a rather weak wall on the supply depots. He does have a cat factory and a barracks. I think this is completely walled off.
But don't worry, he's prepared for the air defense. Those 3 missile turrets down in the natural.
Ooh. Oh. So, 3rd base is going to be under fire but from the...
And it was a planetary.
Yes, it is going to actually get quite a bit of bang for its buck, but that thing is going to be going down. Yeah, it's going to kill actually...
What?
The repair! Oh, okay, more Zerglings are out of the field. Okay.
What? Is this going to be able to be saved? I don't think so.
No, it's not going to be saved. That was a close one, though. I almost thought that... Oh, wait. It's actually going to get saved.
Wow, that's... that was not good on the Zerg's part.
No, definitely not. Not able to really finish it off. Wasn't able to stop the SUs that were repairing it. Or at least didn't. He probably could have put the Zerglings in their face. But he's going to continue...
push with that.
Yeah, he's going to continue streaming units up in there, which is a little bit curious.
He's cutting off those SCVs.
Yep, the transfer is going to get caught off, which is going to do quite a bit of damage there.
And
16 workers killed there. Which is
and
really
the meter goes down.
Mm-hmm. We're also going to be seeing a 4th base drop down back home from our Zerg player. No 4th base has been attempted to be taken from our Terran player, but of course he just got onto this 3rd base. And
also just being able to secure the third base too.
That's true. That as well. We're also going to be seeing AngryKittens go up onto quite a bit of Ravens. I believe he has 9 Ravens right now. At least that's what he has in this little clump over here, with 3 more being produced at a time. So he's kind of getting quite a bit of Ravens, to say the least.
I don't. Well, against this composition, against Mutalisks, the Seeking Missile can do a lot, but I don't necessarily agree with it. I think getting out a couple more Vikings and maybe transferring into what are they called? Why am I drawing a blank on that?
Thors?
Yes. There we go.
I definitely agree with the Vikings. I don't think that he needs the Thors per se. He does have a high enough Raven count on the field right now to be able to deal with the Mutalisks with the addition of the Vikings, considering that there aren't really a whole lot of Mutalisks on the field. Now, if this was like 20 Mutalisks on the field, yeah, then you want to consider starting to put Thors into your army. And really, Thors as a unit work best when they have units on the ground to support them. So when you don't necessarily have that, then it's a little bit more difficult to make them work, per se. Ooh, Baneling Bust.
And the gold expansion, not doing too much, but...
It's going to clear away quite a few SCVs there, though, which is going to make all the difference. I mean, 19 workers killed at this point, 69 to 52, making quite a bit of difference there in the harvester count, especially considering that now he's going up onto his 4th mining base, or his 3rd mining base. Yes, because his gold base has still got a little bit of minerals there, which will help out a little bit.
AngryKitten has his 4th command center out, building a 5th, even though his 4th isn't doing anything yet. I don't know where he's going with this, but
Ravens are going to be continuously trying to harass this gold base, which I don't necessarily personally agree with. I think that the best plan for him right now is to keep those back at home so that he can keep them up for defense. And
well, he's taken on quite a few mutas with that.
True. Which, I don't know why the units are trying to fight the auto turrets, because the Zerglings are just a lot more effective at that point. Looking over the upgrades real quick, we have 1-1 to 0-0 from our Terran player, which he has the gas and minerals to continue to support it, but he's pretty much dumping all of his gas onto the Raven production.
Yeah, he is. There's how many Ravens are on the field now?
He has 15 Ravens on the field right now.
That's a lot.
That is a lot of Ravens, and I feel like he's kind of doing mass Raven at this point.
I mean, all he has is those 16 Ravens and then
5 more being produced at a time, though.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't agree with it. It's not a stable comp. Corruptors would just destroy the Ravens if the Zerg player would decide to throw those down.
That's also keeping in mind that the point difference drones aren't going to be going off. I think that the best thing for our Zerg player right now is to get the Corruptors and to get the fungal growths out. And that will lock down the Ravens long enough for the Corruptors to be able to move in and finish them off. I think that's the best thing the Zerg player can do right now. He is scouting that this is what's going on. He does have enough Mutalisks production that he could probably get a little bit of kills here. Just needs to be careful about the 100 Seeker Missiles. Ouch!
Ooh.
Oh!
A lot of those Mutalisks going down to those Seeker Missiles.
Yeah, that's
very effective.
Not very good. However, this 4th base is going to be going down. Don't let that stay up.
He did. That's the Zerg player's not being able to push up like he's wanting to.
He's going to stop
hold that aggression down.
Yeah, well, that's just, the Zerg player's definitely not able to get the command centers. He's just not having the good day for that. He's going to be moving up into Hydralis production, which I kind of, to a certain extent, agree with. I definitely would, like I said, like to see Corruptors coming out. I'd love to see Fungal Growth, which is going to be on its way as well. Do we have Hive Tech up yet? No Hive yet. So that would be good too. Spire's up. I mean, he's in a decent position here. Just needs to be really careful about his units, because at the moment, the units that he needs to keep doing pressure with, so that his opponent cannot continue to get up onto these Ravens. Because I believe we're on over 20 right now. Yeah, 21 Ravens right now. And if you can just deny the bases, snipe some bases, make sure that he's not able to get the resources that he needs, you're looking to be in a pretty decent position, especially considering that you'll have the compositional advantage.
Alright, AngryKittens is putting down, he has 3, 4, 5, 6 6 command centers down. Taking off 5th base.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the Zerg player run into the base here. Is going to be able to take care of that quite a bit. Killing
quite
off.
Easily.
Yeah, quite easily, as well as killing off most SCVs there. So that's going to be good. Also love to see him just kind of run in and do this and keep his opponent on his toes with the Bangling and the Zergling until he's able to secure the composition that he needs in order to beat his opponent. I think that that's a really good move from him right now. From AngryKittens, I definitely like his play. I definitely would like to see a couple of Vikings, like you said, added in, especially for those Corruptors that will be coming on the field fairly shortly here. Also needs to be careful about how he engages because the Fungal Growths are going to be coming out on the field in a little bit here.
Ooh, he's able to take out the 4th base. He's able to take it down quite easily with those Ling Banelings.
Oh gosh, Zerg is a little bit overdroned. 93 to 50 harvesters right now.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, especially considering he's also going to be taking an additional base, which is actually misplaced. Oh, that's kind of painful. I hate when I do that. I just misplace the hatchery or misplace the command center or the nexus or whatever.
Yeah, that's actually going to slow down production on that one. Surprisingly, how much it actually slows it down is quite a bit.
It's more effective than you would actually think, to be perfectly honest. So we're going to be seeing this base going to be going down. Bangling's going to be cleaning up the rest of the SCVs too.
However, pushing out and attacking the main base.
Terran player deciding.
Do anything, but
well, he does have a lot of auto turrets at the moment. He does have quite a bit of damage with those auto turrets as well. However, there aren't really any upgrades on these, so they're not really. Well, never mind. He's still building plating. Wait, auto turrets are considered buildings? What?
Yes, they are. Surprisingly, but they are.
Okay, I'm not really sure how that makes sense, but all right. Zerg player is scrambling to try to get what he can, but I think the best thing for him is to just get some Banglings up and roll through these auto turrets.
Ooh, those secret missiles going in. Only taking down 2 Hydralisks.
So decent micro up from our Zerg player there to be able to defend against that. Needs to be careful. Oh, one more. Oh.
That one's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that one's going to get quite a bit of damage off on it. And our Zerg player is scrambling, not really sure of what he can do at this point. AngryKittens definitely showing that this is a pretty sizable force from the Ravens.
Not to be messed with. Which is very surprising. I didn't actually expect this to work in his favor that well, but against the Zerg player's composition, it worked fairly well.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. We saw the Zerg player go up onto his fungal growth. We also saw him get the Spire. He already had the Spire up from the Mutalisks. So I'm not really sure exactly why he didn't go up into Corruptors at the very least, if not Infestors. I suppose you could argue that he didn't really have the gas, but he was pumping quite a bit into the Banglings.
Yeah, it was.
So I think a transition earlier probably could have helped him win this game a little bit better. I'm not sure if he would have been in a better position considering, but I think he would have been. Well, he would be in a better position considering, but I don't know if it would necessarily help him win the game. At this point, he really doesn't have much he can do.
No, there's not, and I actually think, yeah, throwing in that GG, game over.
So, universal gaming. What's one thing we can learn out of this game?
Build Corruptors and build Corruptors. And make sure your scouting's correct, because I don't think the Zerg player had any idea what was coming.
Definitely. I also think that the Zerg player, I agree with the scouting. I think he could have scouted a little earlier to know what his opponent was doing and be able to react accordingly. Also, I think that he stayed on his current composition a little bit too much.
Definitely.
He was able to get quite a bit of damage done with the Zergling and the Banglings.
But he had no transition.
Exactly. Well, he had the transition up set in place. The problem was that when the Terran moved out, he didn't have the units to stop the Terran player. And yeah, you can snipe 20 bases if you want, but if your opponent can beat you with his army, it doesn't really make too much of a difference.
Most definitely. I definitely agree with that.
From the Terran player, I definitely would like to see a little bit more added into the composition. I mean, the Ravens themselves are pretty good, but a couple of Vikings in there just to make sure that they get taken care of would help it out a little bit.
Especially with the fact if the Zerg player would have reacted correctly and built the the Corruptors, that composition would have been just stomped on. I don't think there would have been any question of who was going to win at that point.
Well, if he kept on the mass Ravens, and Fungaros and the Corruptors were able to get out, then I think it definitely would have swung back over into the Zerg's player's favor. But I'm not sure exactly what AngryKittens would have done in response to that. I suppose we won't ever really know.
But hey, what can you ask for? It was a good game to watch. It was very interesting.
Mm-hmm. It was a nice cast, really, too.
It definitely. I would say though, is if you're ever gonna take anything from this game, make sure your scouting's correct.
That's a big thing that's tough for a lot of players, even up to Diamond League, Masters League. Is scouting is essential to this game, and honestly, it's as important as making workers.
Definitely, and expect the unexpected, people. Don't just think it's like, oh, he's not going to do that because it's not in the meta.
Well, as opposed to saying, oh, he's not going to do that because that's not something that is possible, scout and make sure that he's not going to do that.
Definitely.
Much better. Okay, so folks, Universal Gamings, do you have anything you'd like to say? I'm sure I'll put your stuff in the description below for your plugging and stuff so that you get your attention and stuff like that.
I just want to say thank you for letting me on, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
And hopefully you can come back again in a little bit.
Hopefully.
A few announcements here, guys, before we sign off for tonight. My June 28th tournament is on the way. If you would like to sign up for that, just send me your league, your race, and the account that you're going to be using in the tournament, and send that over to ZookaMan900@gmail.com. It's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm sure that you guys can spell it. I will also put it into the description below if you need to make sure the spelling is right, and or just copy-paste if you're that kind of person. So, besides that, I think that's it, unless Universal Gaming has anything else you'd like to say.
Nope. That should do.
So, all right. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you on the next cast.